Hello, everybody. I thought I'd do an impromptu stream with Slay the Princess. So, let's get started, shall we? Alright, there you go. Love story.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
And
in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Only continuing to the cabin?
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will
lie, she will cheat, and she will do anything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
See the cabin? What did I hit?
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Gotta love this game. Turn it up just a wee bit. There we go.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
Someone's a simp.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something? How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. But killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
I agree.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an
Trembling?
unceremonious clang.
Thank you.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her.
You do think that?
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world.
I think.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be
Capable
capable
of
of
ending the world,
then how did I
somehow
wind
end
up
up
here,
chained
chained
to
to
the
a
wall?
wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
Definitely not.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We can figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Nope.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Well, you do have that big, sharp knife. You could always cut me out of here.
I don't think that's gonna be good. It's...
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free.
Anything would be my thing. I would do anything to get out of there.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
We are freaked. We are screwed. Damn.
Is someone else here? Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been easier for whom?
Boom.
Easier for everyone.
Nope, just for you.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yes, I did.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh.
Oh no. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, no, no. Ew, 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 ew.
The blade is sharp and you make quick work of it. Before long you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, as the princess approaches the bottom stair... Wait, this isn't fair. Watch me.
You slay the princess. Ah, here you go.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too...
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive. The blade. Move the blade.
Yeah, no.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease.
I can say that's hot, but yeah. Yeah, no. No, no, no. No, 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 no.
Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it?
Yep, pretty much.
I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it. You're on a path in the woods.
I think I got the one I wanted.
Is a cabin.
Woo!
And in the basement of that cabin
Hey.
is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Yay! We think we got the right one I needed. Proceed to cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do anything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
You just wink, motherfucker.
Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink.
Wink. Oh god, he said wink. He actually said it. Oh my god, no.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess. The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take the blade?
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
Yep. I'm not gonna say anything about the mirror because it just keeps going away when you do this.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
I wonder what visitors she could be referring to. Were we not the first? You walk down the stairs.
Oh, it is the one I wanted.
Princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease. You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me? Oh, are we talking about that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But sure, I'll fill you in. Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or... So you've already been here. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just... good luck.
Thank you, I'll need that.
If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably. I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic.
Agreed.
I never said I wasn't.
Ooh, he actually takes responsibility for it.
Get it? It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright? Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that. I won't. Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming. Let me borrow that knife. Don't worry, you'll get it back.
That's ominous.
Very
She
ominous.
seems confident. Whatever it is she has planned, I think she knows what she's doing.
Oh, please, she's just putting on an act to disarm you. That much should be obvious.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
So, what should we do?
I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you. That doesn't sound great. What about the... There are none.
The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
See.
Slide it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess. Until you come
World-ending.
up with any other idea, like, say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place.
You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you?
Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world, right? Try to take over, buddy.
We got him.
Exactly. If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you?
A little. I think you got your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across the floor. The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Being sure you're not going
Thanks.
after her. Thanks.
She pulls up her hair,
Ooh,
smiling
yes, this is.
slightly
I hate
as
to say
she
this is
raises
what I
the
want.
blade to her throat. What is she doing? She doesn't say another word. She cuts into her own.
Oh, gross, 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 gross.
Her eyes stare forward, unblinking, as she soars through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck.
Nope. Nope, no,
I'll
no.
be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that?
Huh. So that's her play.
Killing herself?
She isn't dead yet.
Nope.
Finally, you hear a snap.
Oh.
Her eye twitches.
Oh.
There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder,
Oh.
and her neck
Oh.
opens. The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally
Oh.
it falls to the floor, completely free.
Oh.
It bounces
Oh.
a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet.
Why? Why?
Oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we... The princess's eyes stare up at you. Dead. Congratulations.
You
Saved
saved
the
the
world.
world. And just cursed myself out at the same time. What the heck?
Huh. So I guess that's it. What a way to go. But she is gone, isn't she?
I hate this. Can we just get out of here? Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
Now hold on, she's dead. So what's
I don't have an angle. I'm just looking forward to putting all this behind us. I'm sure you can understand that.
Look, I'm just not ready to put my guard down. It's best to keep sharp.
You're just wasting your energy. The day. Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess.
Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved.
She didn't. She's dead. But what if she's not? Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already... over? Is he gone?
But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you. So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
The fact that she has no body, she's still able to talk. Don't get too fun.
She's gone. Is that a...
First a mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger.
What I got? Oh, I see a raven.
I think you know what I am.
Ooh, narrator ending.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Like you were long quiet of. Yep, all this is you. Happened last time. Let's see which version of her there is. I died.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
She is her own hair.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly. Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
She's naked, and she's all herself.
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the Echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
See what we got.
Violence has always been our language, hasn't it? If this is what it takes to save you, then so be it. To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever. But you found me, and we chose to trust each other for no reason than the sake of believing in something that wasn't us. Shared skepticism blossomed into freedom, but we needed to walk a path together to bloom. Would you stop our journey now that you've seen its beginning? What of those in the worlds beyond? Would you erase their paths to stop them from going astray? But you say nothing.
I love. Ooh, she looks.
A shiver passes through you
As the fingers dance across your skin, they remind more of violence you inflicted on them, and yet they didn't hurt.
I offer you absolution, and you take my hand in yours. You felt the pain you caused another, and you were willing to sacrifice everything your thoughts was used to set me free. Without sin, there is no redemption. And so your quietude continues.
Quietude. I don't think that's even a word.
A web of nerves, laid upon a web of nerves, laid upon a web of nerves. The shade of a
Ooh,
beautiful
it's so
beginning
pretty.
I can never return to. You knew me, and I knew you, even more than either of us know each other now. And you chose to pull apart that weave. And when the tapestry was undone, you struck at my heart. You saw me as a part of you to be excised, but in that desire for excision, you made yourself whole. Will you do not neglect yourself in your quest to serve others. All things are connected through me and through you. To harm yourself is to harm everything.
My mass is mobbing. There is no beginning, there is no end.
And there is no
There's only
end.
the flood of
There
bodies.
is only the
In
flood
every
of
moment you
bodies.
hold every possible
Every
sensation at
moment
once,
you
and
hold
then you
every
hold them all
possible
again.
sensation at once, and then you hold them all again. But in the end, you reflected it back at me. For a brief moment, both of us were everything. We can be everything again. We can weave a beautiful and endless song.
Is your unbroken silence a lack of an answer? Or has your understanding begun to move beyond words?
Oh god, that creepiness.
Your lover has tried to stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? Love melted into skepticism, and you pulled back layer after layer after layer, until all you were left with was the knowledge that you did not know me. You sought the truth then. Will you hide from it, now that it is within your grasp? Still, you hide the contours of your heart from me.
It's gonna shake it.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. You cannot remove something without removing the relations which define it. To destroy what you perceive as evil is to damn everything you perceive as good.
I love
Open
her
your
for this.
eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together. What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone. All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you. I don't think that's wrong, but I'm not sure it's right either. But we can worry about all that later. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready? Then let's go.
Oh god, this is creepy. I do not like how... Oh god.
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things? That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not. The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
I don't know what you want for us.
She sounded just like that. Timid and gentle. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
What's that knife for? Have you changed your mind? Are you going to kill me? What if we just talk for a bit? Maybe we can figure this out.
So this is really it then. Let's see this through.
Yes, come on.
So this is what it feels like to actually die. I think this is for the best. I don't know what the world will be like without me. But it can't be that bad if it still has you in it.
Oh, I feel bad now.
I've
Feel bad.
always loved you. Don't forget me.
Link and the princess have left of her a small, melancholic way to support her. Friendship brought you here, and the princess rough and jagged, left each of you with pieces of the other, destroying her. And for all, you also destroyed part of yourself, but the world hasn't ended.
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back. Then we did what we set out to do. Come on, let's get going. We don't need to linger down here anymore. It's quiet here.
Afterwards, outside the ambulance place of fruit of your labor, a world free of death. I'm now going to faster cage pressed in on you. Does not
He's
yield.
gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here, but
Gives away. After you are free before you. The reality, a new absolute reality enforced by your more pleasure.
I knew we'd finally see it through. All it takes to be a winner is grit and determination. Absolute reality. Who would have thought there was really a world outside of us? And who would have thought we'd actually wind up siding with him?
that wasn't very hard at all. Speak for yourself. Well, boys, how does it feel? We're not just on top of the pecking order, we are the pecking order now.
I hope this was all worth it, because I'm personally inconsolable.
Lucky for us, you have forever to get over it.
Hear, hear, to our vanquished foe.
It's good to be back. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves. Forever. No problem. We can do that, yeah? Yeah. We can do that.
Run 1 done. I'll do another run. Looks like it's another run day. Trigger his Sasquatch. Oh. Let me just... What was Hkin? Yeah. The hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
And when we continue to the cabin,
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you
What
go
is
any
it?
further. She will lie,
lie,
she
she
will
will
cheat,
cheat,
and she
she
will do everything in her power to stop you
you.
from slaying her. Don't believe a word she
She
says.
says.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Yeah, we're not.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed. Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
I doubt it.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess.
I'm more worried that she's not
That's
eating.
hardly relevant. Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right? You're only making this more difficult.
No, I'm not. You're the one who's making it difficult, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
Yeah, really.
No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
Yep.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth as she rips her flesh from her bone. A sound comes from behind you. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that. Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp. It takes little effort to crack
Ew,
through
ew,
the
ew,
bone
ew,
of her
ew,
arm.
ew, 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 ew.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
Why?
She
Why?
didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm drip. How is she still smiling after everything?
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, wait, watch me.
What are...
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade. Stop it! Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive. The blade. Move the blade! As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
Just her arm though.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
I feel so sorry for her because she has to do this.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your
The fact
limbs
she stopped bleeding.
unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheek. It can't just end like this. Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Damsel.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path, you're here to slay her.
Proceeds to cabin.
A warning. She will lie,
Aye, she will cheat.
and she will do
Anything
everything in her power to
to-
stop you from slaying her. Don't believe. If only you knew what you'd... Excuse... Forget he said it. But he is... Last time? What? I think he just... I do. But sure, you don't pay their bill. The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim fire, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying, a soft voice carries up.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I
Dude,
think we're in
you are a
love.
simp. You are a simp.
Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever. We don't even know the princess. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to You know she can't hear. She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing. And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
It does.
Waiting for you to come back. You've been here before, haven't you? That's right, villain. Well, only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world. Nothing resets, you're just...
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent.
That's because she's perfect.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
Of course, because you're me.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence. Rescue her? What are you talking about? Did you forget that she's a world-ending monstrosity? And even if you wanted to unleash her onto the world, despite the complete moral disaster that would be, you'd have to get her out of those chains. Don't you see how dainty her hands are? No, she's a prisoner here. If her hand could just slip, because we've yet to... I'm not sure. Would you rather believe... I think I'd rather... Ah, so one of us has to... Then let me show you a... No. You're what? I would if you had a... Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
You wouldn't.
I would.
I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings, and doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh.
So pretty.
If only you had a weapon. One slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back, and everyone out there would be saved.
Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank
Rank
cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You're so gullible.
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection, and then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do? I just want to make you happy.
She can't just want to make us happy.
It makes sense to me. That's all I want.
This
for
is
her,
the
so
original
of
art
course she'd
style.
want the same
Holy
for
crud.
us.
When it first came out.
I just want to make you happy.
Oh god, the eyes. The eyes are huge.
Is she broken? What's going on? Is she's lying?
That sounds perfect.
Oh, phew. She's back to normal. Normal? What are you talking about? Our angel has always been like this. Absolutely
Oh,
flawless.
God.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers.
We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending.
I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice...
I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with.
You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. And what happens after we walk up the...
Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in.
That's a familiar...
Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to...
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you will ever know.
Looks like she's got a leaf in her eye.
Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice.
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Okay, yeah, you've got this.
You place your hand on the door, and the lock clicks, and the door creaks open. Are you...
Ah! I knew it. Your words are no match for the pure strength of our hearts, bound together as one.
You and the princess make your way up the blade. That's right, there's still a chance for you to do... You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer.
I like taking the piss out of you.
Hate you.
Love you too, bestie.
You know, if her walking out that door is really going to end the world, can't we all just stay here? Seems like an easy win for everyone. That's not how this works.
Yes, what he said. That's not how this works. Obviously, we have to leave with her.
It's our happy ending. Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, and then you step outside.
Our happy ending at last.
She's so pretty.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything... Where did he?
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed.
I'm cold. Is be
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Plop.
Oh,
She's gone. And is that a...
I'm begging you, don't. This doesn't feel right. It feels... Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll...
is a reflection. Very easy. It's you. Right here. It's the cabin. You are at the cabin.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel. Nothing as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom. She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
You won't. Just say you won't. And you die.
You're on a path in the... You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Alright, everybody. That was Slay the Princess, and that was our last episode, pretty much. I thought we tried something a little different this time around.